is my first ever Revoltech, and I'll be honest, I was skeptical. That exaggerated, hyper-stylized look, not really my thing. But don't get me wrong, personally, I think the figures look amazing. But this Deadpool, man, this one's different. It's giving me serious 90s comic vibes. Back when Wade looked beefed up and battle-ready. Not every version of him is the slim, acrobatic type, and this figure reminds that bulkier, classic feel. But I still love the leaner look too. I've got the Mafex Deadpool, and that one feels amazing in hand. But this one, he's chaotic, poseable as hell, and packed with more accessories than any other figure I own. And yep, I even got the limited bonus head where you can see part of Wade's scarred face peeking out. Creepy? Yeah. Cool? Absolutely. Picked mine up from Nin-Nin Game. And honestly, no regrets. Let's break him down. I'm seriously amazed at how clean the paintwork is on this figure. I haven't spotted a single case of bleeding, and the sculpted details from head to toe are meticulously done. His suit hugs his frame tightly, really showing off those exaggerated muscle definitions. The black sections are sculpted with care, and the red and black combo is bold and vivid, with super clean color separation. The red has a slight sheen, while the black comes off more matte, giving it that nice tactical contrast. Even the small silver areas are painted neatly without any slop. The ammo pouches and harnesses are done in a rich brown with subtle shading that brings out the sculpted textures. It adds a bit of realism, even with the figure's comic book exaggeration. His belt is fully loaded with sculpted pouches and, of course, the iconic Deadpool logo buckle. It's raised nicely and painted with great precision. The sculpt wraps cleanly around the body, and the sides are sculpted with an arc so it won't hinder the hip articulation. It might look a little weird at first, but the pouches do a good job of covering it up. Everything still feels solid, even with the stylized design. There's a nice variety of brown tones here. Nothing looks lazy or monotone, and that silver buckle, just chef's kiss. Sharp, clean, and right where it should be. The sculpt keeps going strong down the legs. You've got individual pouches strapped to both thighs. And the cool part? They're not just copy-pasted. Each one has its own unique sculpt, which really adds depth. And those legs, man, they're thick, like Deadpool skips leg day just to do double leg day. Totally reminds me of some of his bulkier comic versions. As for the shin guards, that segmented armor look gives him a tactical, aggressive vibe. It adds edge to his silhouette without making him look too bulky. Now the boots might actually be one of my favorite parts. They're chunky, multi-layered, and packed with sculpted details, like straps, buckles, and some nice creasing around the toes. It gives them that rugged, worn-in texture, like Wade's been running through explosions, kicking open doors, or just casually stomping through chaos. You can tell the sculptor had a blast here. These boots look like they were built for mayhem. You'll also notice a few holes around the body, on the back, thighs, and lower legs. These are made to plug in accessories like swords, pouches, and gear. It's a clever system that lets you customize his loadout however you want. Now, the only thing that might not be for everyone, the visible ball joints at the shoulders and elbows, and the sculpting around the knees. When bent, the joint exposes some separation between the upper and lower leg, which can break up the flow of the design a bit. But honestly, it's a fair trade-off for all the crazy articulation this figure delivers. One thing to watch out for though, the small add-on pieces, like his wrist cuffs and the collar around his neck. They're meant to cover the gaps between joints, but they fall off constantly, especially the cuffs. And since they're tiny, they're easy to lose. So yeah, handle those with care when you're swapping stuff out. Anyway, let's talk accessories, because this guy comes loaded. Deadpool's packing a full arsenal of chaos. Here's what you get. By default, he comes with a neutral face, but Revoltech doesn't do normal. One head isn't enough for Wade, so they gave him three. One with an annoyed squint, one with hard eyes, and one that's totally shocked. Probably just saw his own movie script. But we ain't stopping there. If you want to get more head, well, that'll cost you extra, because getting 4 heads doesn't come easy. Guilty pleasure has a price, and yes, it totally satisfies. So yeah, I went for it. I got the limited bonus head, with the lower mask peeled back just enough to give you a glimpse of Wade's scarred mug. Creepy? Yep. Worth it? Absolutely. Swappable eyepieces to mix and match expressions. A small tool is included to help safely pop the eye patches in and out without scratching anything. Super useful. You thought getting extra heads was wild. Oh, the hands are coming. And they brought attitude. You get a total of 21 hands, some in pairs, some solo, and each one has a purpose. 2-fisted hands. for that classic, ready-to-punch cable look. 2 finger gun hands, pew pew. 2 C-cup hands. When placed together, they form a heart or can be used for holding round objects. 2 wide-open hands for expressive or dramatic flare poses. 2 gun-holding hands, sized perfectly for the pistols. 2 sai-holding hands, tighter grip, just for the size. 1 chimichanga holding hand, with a relaxed grip for snacks. 1 smartphone holding hand. 2 thumbs-up hands, because weight approves. 1 finger-pointing hand, for sassy poses or dramatic accusations. 1 peace sign hand, self-explanatory and always cool. 1 okay sign hand, Deadpool's way of saying, this figure slaps. Some of the hands also have small peg holes, so you can attach effect parts, like the cartoon bomb or dynamite. Now, the props, gear, and gags. A Deadpool smartphone, for mid-fight texts or chimichanga delivery. A chimichanga, yes, not a taco. A stick of dynamite, which hilariously plugs inside the chimichanga. A classic cartoon bomb, Deadpool-style chaos. 2 brown pouches and mounting parts to gear him up. 2 katanas with gold hilts. 2 sais with purple handles. 2 small combat knives. 2 jagged comic-style knives. 4 silver pistols, because moderation is not Wade's style. 2 knife sheaths, simple and clean. 2 pistol holsters. Here's the trick. You gotta plug the pistols into the holsters first. There's a little peg inside that fits into the gun, and then attach the holster to the thigh port. The holsters are split-looking on purpose, so the guns slot in snugly. Took me a second to figure out. 2 sword sheaths. You've got 2 mounting options here. Attach them to the X-styled rack on his upper back, classic style, or go lower. Plug them directly into the port on his pouch. He also comes with a display base and articulated stand. You can use the claw-style gripper, or just remove it and plug the stand peg directly into the port on his back for a cleaner look. And lastly, he also comes with an extra set of wrist pegs, always a nice backup, in case things get too wild during posing. Revoltech really thought of everything with this loadout. Deadpool didn't just bring weapons, he brought everything. From expressive faceplates and chaotic hand gestures, to chimichangas, bombs, and a full weapon stash, this figure is stacked. The mounting system is clever, and the mix and match possibilities are seriously fun. But some of these parts will test your patience. The cuffs, they fall off constantly. I've lost them more times than I can count. And don't even get me started on the head peg. It got stuck in the neck and took me hours, and sore thumbs, to get it out. Reattaching it, also brutal. So yeah, patience is required. Alright, now that we've geared him up with every chaotic accessory imaginable, let's talk articulation, because posing this guy can be just as wild. I'll be real, some of the hip joints will test your patience. They're a bit tricky to move at first and need some finesse. But the good news? I haven't had any parts randomly pop off, so at least everything stays together while you're wrestling with those poses. Alright, let's break down the movement. Deadpool's articulation is seriously solid, giving you plenty of room to get wild with posing. He can look up really well, which is awesome for action or heroic shots. Looking down is limited, but thanks to his neck articulation, you can shift the neck forward to fake that downward look. He also has great side tilt and rotation for more expressive angles. The shoulders can rotate forward and back, and arms can move up, forward, and back smoothly. He's got a bicep swivel, and the elbows bend deep, and even offer a bit of rotation. The wrists work great, plenty of range and flexibility, depending on the hand you've got plugged in. The upper torso has solid range, and the waist gives you a good twist. The ab crunch going forward is surprisingly strong, though bending back is limited. His pouches are articulated, so they move out of the way when posing, super helpful and not something every figure includes. He can kick forward well, backward just a bit, and his splits go decently far. There's also a thigh swivel for adjusting the stance. Knees bend really well, giving you deep crouches or combat-ready stances. You've got boot swivel? Is it on a ball joint? Either way, it moves surprisingly well. Then his got a strong ankle articulation with a solid rocker and even toe articulation, so getting him balanced or in mid-action poses feels smooth and natural. Before we close things out, let's do a quick size check. Since this is my first Revoltech figure, I'm comparing him with some of my Mafex Marvel and DC figures. plus a few from the SH Figuarts Naruto line. Deadpool stands about average in height, but thanks to that thick sculpt and expressive style, he definitely grabs attention. Even surrounded by other figures, he fits right in, just with a little extra attitude. Now for final thoughts. This figure is packed with personality. The paint is clean, the sculpt is full of attitude, and the accessories are insane, in the best way possible. But let's be real, he's not all perfect. The hip joints, they can be a bit stubborn. You really gotta work them with a little finesse to get the pose you want. And that head peg, oh, it got stuck deep in the neck and took me way too long. Plus, some sore thumbs, just to yank it out. Total workout I didn't sign up for. Now, will this be my first and last Revoltech figure after all that frustration with the neck and hip joints? Definitely not. Even though it was a pain at times, I had a blast posing him. And personally, I think the figure looks amazing. Like it really lives up to the Amazing Yamaguchi brand name. I'm already eyeing their Deathstroke and the upcoming cable releases. And yeah, some of the joints look ugly, especially around the shoulder, ankles, and knees. But if you don't mind a few visual gaps, the trade-off is worth it, because this figure can hit some seriously awesome dynamic poses. In the end, if you're into posing, creativity, and a little chaos, this figure delivers. It's frustrating, fun, and full of flair, just like Deadpool himself. Now excuse me while I go find that cuff piece. Again,